for fun. Some people take up a hobby or partake in a team sport. Some people bake or attend a box social with some of their closest chums. Personally, I sit up late in my basement, illuminated by the flickering light of a single candle. The reason? Facts. Hours upon hours spent researching facts. Eating dry bread and drinking water while looking up endless facts. I'm not lonely, I promise. Facts are fun. Did you know, for example, that the planet Uranus used to be named George? Isn't that wacky? As I'm sure you're aware, wrestling is fun too. So I've decided to combine the two for your viewing pleasure. Without further ado, I present to you 100 wrestling facts you didn't know. Well, probably. Join us. Raven is the only wrestler to have had an action figure made by WCW, WWE, TNA, and ECW. SmackDown was originally set to be a 2-hour women's show. WrestleMania 16 didn't have a single male singles match on the card. Shawn Stasiak has been a hardcore champion in WWE 15 times. Each of those reigns lasted less than a day, and he was never seen with the belt on TV, as all of the wins and losses occurred at house shows. In 1994, Jeff Hardy wrestled King Kong Bundy. Stone Cold Steve Austin's first televised WWF opponent was none other than Matt Hardy. Ric Flair was stolen as a baby. Hulk Hogan has a big penis, but Terry Bollea does not. Jim Ross defeated Triple H one-on-one in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon didn't meet his biological father until he was 12 and was raised as Vince Lupton until then. Terry Funk made his debut the same year as The Undertaker was born. Alberto Del Rio wrestled more matches on Raw than Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dolph Ziggler has never had a singles match at WrestleMania. Undertaker's original in-ring name was Kane the Undertaker. Vince McMahon is 1-0 against God. For now. Mr. WrestleMania Shawn Michaels lost 11 of his 17 WrestleMania matches. Kane was born in Spain, probably on the plane. Triple H owns the record for most losses at WrestleMania. The Rock is a skilled light tackle saltwater fisherman. Brock Lesnar vs. Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 19 was the first WrestleMania main event where both competitors used their real-life names. WrestleMania 2 happened on a Monday. The Undertaker and Sting did actually wrestle. Sort of. The Undertaker, who was known as Mean Mark Callis at the time, wrestled Sting for the NWA title after Mark Callis subbed in for Barry Windham, who was originally advertised for the match. Diamond Dallas Page's first WrestleMania appearance was at WrestleMania 6, appearing as Rhythm and Blues Driver. There he is there, look! Speaking of DDP, he was 33 years old when he had his first pro wrestling match. The Undertaker has a real-life phobia of cucumbers. Why this hasn't been incorporated into a match, I will never understand. Remember Kai and Ty's English voice dubbing when they delivered a promo? That voice was Shane McMahon's. Finn Balor signed with WWE in 2014. Adam Cole signed in 2017. They both made their Royal Rumble debut in the same year, 2018. The original idea of the Mankind gimmick is that he was a piano-playing child prodigy who couldn't take the pressure his parents were putting on him, and so he went to live with rats. John Cena has never held the Intercontinental Championship. The Undertaker has also never held the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz has main evented WrestleMania more times than CM Punk, Ric Flair, AJ Styles, and Bruno Sammartino combined, with a total of 1. Rey Mysterio was a stunt double for Freddy Krueger. Billy Kidman is the only person to have 3 straight pinfall victories over Hulk Hogan. Shinsuke Nakamura and Hulk Hogan appeared on the same pay-per-view card in consecutive matches. Abraham Lincoln invented the Chokeslam. Vince McMahon hates scarves and told Alberto Del Rio to wear one when he made his debut, as he thought it would draw heat. Before he was Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley once cut a promo completely naked. Andre the Giant once fell asleep during a match with Big John Studd. Batista got his belly button tattoo because his girlfriend wanted to get matching tattoos and he thought that was the best place to get one. They've since broken up. According to the Honky Tonk Man, Howard Finkel at one point had the largest physical collection of porn videos in the United States. WWE's most viewed YouTube video of 2015 was Lana kissing Dolph Ziggler. Chris Jericho is from Winnipeg, you idiot. Rob Van Dam currently has the best undefeated streak at WrestleMania, with a record of 4 wins. Paul Bearer, before getting into the wrestling business, actually worked at a morgue. Michael Cole has a higher WrestleMania winning percentage than The Undertaker. One of the options for Stone Cold Steve Austin's ring name before he debuted was Fang McFrost. Another option was Otto von Ruthless. And another option was Buddy Peacock. Neville has competed for the NXT title, the US title, and the World Heavyweight title, all through open challenges. At the time of his death, Bruiser Brody was in talks with WWE to come in for a run that would have been highlighted by a WrestleMania main event against Hulk Hogan. That makes me sad. Chris Benoit's title victory at WrestleMania 20 was the first time a title was won by submission in the main event at a WrestleMania. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's real name is Richard Henry Blood, Dick Blood. Sabu's real name is Terry Brunk, so the infamous ECW Born to be Wired match was Terry Brunk versus Terry Funk. Elvis Presley was supposed to wrestle Jerry Lawler, but died, so they got Andy Kaufman instead. Dusty Rhodes taught Finn Balor how to drive. Randy Savage lost all of his WWF and WCW world titles to either Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair. John Cena appeared in the WCW movie Ready to Rumble as an extra. There he is. Howard Finkel was the first employee hired by Vince Jr. when he took over the company from his father. Out of 89 pay-per-view appearances, Hulk Hogan was in the main event of 78 of them. According to Bruce Pritchard, it was once the plan to have Roddy Piper fight O.J. Simpson at WrestleMania 12. I'm glad that didn't happen. Bruno Mars was named after Bruno Sammartino because his dad was a huge wrestling fan. Rick Steiner is an elected member of the Cherokee County School Board in Georgia. Sheamus worked as Bono's bodyguard. And Brodus Clay worked as Snoop Dogg's. Joey Ryan has appeared in both Glow and RuPaul's Drag Race. R-Truth has spent more days as NWA champion than Dusty Rhodes. Before it was Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart was Eric Bischoff's choice to be NWO's third man. However, he chose to re-sign with the WWF. The gobbledygooker was Hector Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero's brother. You could fit a hard-boiled egg through Andre the Giant's ring, as in his jewelry ring on his finger. Grow up. Terry Taylor was originally going to be given the Mr. Perfect gimmick. Instead, he would become the Red Rooster. Just as good. X-Pac rejected the chance to use Red Hot Chili Peppers for his theme song. He preferred to use Uncle Kracker instead. Idiot. As part of his character, Balls Mahoney wouldn't shower while in ECW. Pedro Morales is the only living inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame to no-show his own induction. After being fired from NXT, Cassius Ohno would take the pedigree on indie shows and kick out at 1. Scott Hall was the man who came up with Sting's Crow gimmick. Beth Phoenix is the youngest member of the WWE Hall of Fame, entering at the age of 36. Ricardo Rodriguez was an extra in a porn film. Edge was voted most likely to be WWE champion in his high school yearbook. The Ascension's Victor trained in the Heart Dungeon. Tommy Dreamer is the only man to hold the ECW championship in both versions of ECW. Bret Hart's original Twitter handle was Bret Shart. Jimmy Wang Yang has never won a singles title anywhere he has ever wrestled, not even the Indies. Daniel Bryan versus Kamala is a match that actually happened. Jerry Lawler has held at least 220 championship titles in his career, but 0 titles in the WWE. The wrestling album and Pile Driver were both produced by Simon Cowell. Andre the Giant used to use the Tombstone Pile Driver as a finisher. Out of all the wrestlers to portray the evil Russian stereotype in WWE, none were actually from Russia. Roman Reigns and Tyler Breeze were FCW Tag Team Champions. Before it was given to CM Punk, Randy Orton once used Punk's This Fire Burns entrance music. Bruno Sammartino turned down a role in The Sopranos when he found out there was swearing on the show. Undertaker has fought against 2 generations of the Rotunda family on a pay-per-view. He fought IRS in 1995 and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 2 decades later. John Cena's debut match against Kurt Angle wasn't planned. Originally, the open challenge by Angle was to be answered by The Undertaker, but he had come down with the flu, so a rookie John Cena answered the call instead. WrestleMania was almost called the Colossal Tussle. Roman Reigns' first WWE TV appearance was at Elimination Chamber 2012 in a segment shot at John Cena's gym where he let some FCW guys train. The Bushwhackers have had a 5-star match and a -5-star match. Batista collects vintage lunchboxes. Alundra Blaze is now a professional monster truck driver under her WCW name, Medusa. Stone Cold Steve Austin doesn't actually enjoy beer that much. In fact, he's a self-described connoisseur of wine. Heath Slater holds clean pinfalls over both Edge and Chris Jericho on the same night within a minute of each other. Lita has wins against Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Edge, Christian, Shane McMahon, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and John Cena. Ole Anderson did the voices for the Black Scorpion and the Shockmaster. And finally, Relic is killer spelled backwards. Oh! So that's our list. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.